What's up everybody, see you again on the Fake MMA News. Again, we will inform you the latest news from the MMF special UFC. And just listen.
Arman Tsarukyan defends Islam Makhachev's motives, says Ilia Topuria rejection was justified. Time to become a double champion, inshallah. Let's go. Islam Makhachev declared on X shortly after Jack Della Maddalena dismantled Belal Muhammad in the UFC 315 main event. But chasing that dream came at a price. Makhachev had to leave his lightweight title behind. His decision to move up to welterweight sparked controversy, with critics accusing him of dodging a dangerous challenge in Ilia Topuria. El Matador has long been seen as one of the most serious threats to Makhachev's dominance at 155. After all, Topuria had already dethroned two featherweight greats, Alexander Volkanovski and Max Holloway, which raised the question, could he do the same to the second best lightweight champion after Khabib? The potential showdown was a hot topic heading into International Fight Week, but instead, Topuria now finds himself matched up with Charles Oliveira at UFC 317. Despite excitement building around the super fight between Makhachev and JDM, many still question whether the Dagestani star opted for an easier opponent. Arman Tsarukyan firmly disagrees with that take. In an interview with Championship Rounds, Tsarukyan responded to the criticism, "I see Islam as the favorite because of his wrestling, control, and chokes. I think he has a much better ground game and can take opponents down easily. No, I don't agree that he's dodging anyone. Maddalena will be a tougher fight for Islam than Topuria." While Topuria still needs to prove his strength at lightweight, JDM has already proven himself at 170. Even so, some believe another top welterweight contender might pose an even bigger threat to Islam if they ever meet in the octagon.
With that victory, he became the new UFC welterweight champion, making Australia home to two UFC title holders. The other, of course, is Alexander Volkanovski, who reclaimed his featherweight title earlier this year in a fight against Diego Lopes. Now, Della Maddalena faces the toughest test of his career, a likely clash with lightweight champion Islam Makhachev. Islam has already expressed his desire to move up to 170 pounds and is expected to receive an immediate title shot. In a recent interview, Della Maddalena was asked whether he would seek input from Volkanovski, who has faced Makhachev twice. "Yeah, 100%. I definitely will," Della Maddalena told the West Sport. "After those last two fights, I actually spent some time in Wollongong. So yeah, that might be the first place I go. Head to Wollongong, talk to Volk, and see what he thinks." "I think Islam is a better version of Belal," Della Maddalena said. "His striking on the feet, I think, is easier to deal with than Belal's because he fights out of one stance. His style is more traditional. But yeah, he's the pound-for-pound #1 fighter, so it's gonna be a tough fight. But I think we'll rewatch all his fights, come up with a solid game plan, and then start working on it. From now on, I'll be focusing on figuring out how to beat him, how to get back to my feet, defend his takedowns, but I'm pretty confident I can win." Additional analysis. Della Maddalena's plan to consult Volkanovski is a smart move, considering Volk's first-hand experience against Islam Makhachev in their two previous encounters. Although Volkanovski lost both bouts, he managed to expose some vulnerabilities in Makhachev's game, especially in their closely contested rematch. This insight could be key for Della Maddalena in crafting a strategy to counter Makhachev's signature Dagestani wrestling and positional control. That said, the stylistic differences between Volkanovski and Della Maddalena must also be considered. Della Maddalena is primarily a striker with sharp knockout power, whereas Volkanovski is a more well-rounded and dynamic fighter. While Makhachev's striking is viewed as more traditional compared to Belal Muhammad's, his biggest threat remains his elite-level grappling. This fight will be a major test of Della Maddalena's ability to stay on his feet and keep the fight in his preferred striking range. If he can withstand Makhachev's wrestling pressure, Australia could very well witness the rise of a dominant new welterweight champion.